The sound of the airplane landing filled the air. Ryan yawned softly, scratching her arms after a long flight from London, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Ryan, finally South Korea, I miss this place so much. Stepping out from the airport, a cool breeze brushed against her face. She looked around curiously, dragging her suitcase behind her. Minji, running towards her with a big smile. Vayana, Vayanunni. She quickly ran to Minji, wrapping her arms around her. Minji, you have grown prettier. Jungmin will be happy to see you. Vayan, I miss you both so much. Where is Oppa? Minji, he is still at work, but he will be soon. Come soon. Taehyung, come to pick up. Van blinked, turning to see a tall man leaning against a light-shaded pink car. His police uniform hugged his frame. His expression unreadable, cold, almost dangerous. His sharp gaze shifted towards her. Van, is he always this serious, Minji? He is like that with everyone. Don't mind him. Taehyung opened the car door silently, his jaw tightening as he glanced at Van, then spoke in his deep, low voice. Taehyung, get in, it's getting late. Van, hi, I'm Van. Taehyung didn't respond, he just started the engine and began driving, eyes focused on the road. The air inside the car was heavy with a silence. Van glanced at him from the passenger seat, then at Minji, trying to suppress giggle. Van, he looks scarier than the people he probably arrested. Minji tried to hide her laugh while Taehyung was stretching silently, clearly. He heard them. Taehyung, if you are done talking, sit quietly. Their tone was cold yet stranger calm. Van rode much. For a moment, a faint smile on Taehyung's face, one that no one noticed. The car stopped in front of the beautiful two-story house and stepped out, scratching her arms, taking a deep breath of the evening air, the smell of jasmine flowers surrounding from the yard. Van, still the same house, nothing changed. Minji, your brother, keep everything the way you like it. Taehyung walked ahead silently, his step steady and confident. He opened the door for them but didn't say a word. Van rolled her eyes. Van, does he ever smile, or did the police department take that away too? Minji smiled, trying not to laugh, while Taehyung jaw clenched tightly. He didn't comment. Through his sharp eyes flipped towards Van for a second, enough to make her scared. Just then Jungmin came out from the living room, his face lit up instantly. Jungmin, my little sunshine. Van, Oppa, she hugged him tightly, hiding her face like a little kid. Jungmin, you have lost weight. Are you eating properly in London or not? Van, I'm eating fine. Don't start already. Minji, they miss each other too much. Jungmin, thanks for bringing them home. Taehyung? Taehyung, it's fine. He turned to leave, but Van's voice stopped him. Van, well, wait, aren't you going to at least say welcome to me? Taehyung, why should I? Van, because it's called manners. Taehyung, manners don't work on everyone. Van, you are seriously unbelievable. Van gets softer. Jungmin, Van, don't tease him. He is tired from work too. Van, tired or just allergic to being nice? Taehyung's sharp eyes narrowed silently, but instead of responding, he simply walked away, his boots echoing against the driveway. Van, how can someone look that handsome and still be so rude? Minji laughed softly, her arms with Van as they entered the house. Minji, you will get used to him. He is not that bad once you understand him. Van, I doubt that only. She didn't know then that this rude, cold cop, she is just a man to would some become the person her heart wouldn't stop thinking about. The hallway was a silent, except for the soft sound of Van's slipper brush against the marble floor. She was humming softly to herself, holding a cup of milk. It was a late evening. Everyone was busy in their own rooms. She thought a quiet walk towards her hallway, but suddenly a loud thud echoed from one of the rooms down the hall. The sound of something made her scared. Van, what was that? She slowly took a step forward, peeked around the corner, her eyes widened silently when she realized the noise came from Taehyung's room. His deep, furious voice rolled out. Taehyung, how many times did I tell you not to mess with the evidence? Do it once or more, you are done. Van froze, her heart skipped a beat, even though she couldn't see the person he was calling, probably one of his item members. Over a call, Van, OMG, he is scarier than I thought, definitely more dangerous than Jagmin Oppa's wedding day. She gulped and quietly turned around. Why? From now on, I will stay miles away from me. No eye contact, no talking, nothing. She began to walk away quietly, but Taehyung saw her silently. Inside Taehyung's sharp eyes caught a faint shadow passing through the gap beneath his door. His expression changed. Who is there? He stepped closer, his footsteps slow but heavy. The sound echoed through the hall just as he reached about the door handle. Ryan was about to walking up, but before she could take another step, Taehyung deep voice, who is there? The sudden tone was enough to make her jump in a fear. Her cup slipped from her hand, and she was about to lose her balance. Ryan, wait, it's me. I didn't mean. It was just a passing by. I wasn't. She lost her balance completely and was about to fall when a strong person saved her before she could fall on the ground. The world seems to stop. Her heartbeat echoed loudly in her ears as she slowly opened her eyes. Taehyung was right in front of her, close enough that she can see her face. For a moment, neither of them said nothing. The air between them felt heavy. Why? And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Taehyung straightening her gently, his voice low and calm. You don't need to explain, just to go from here. He stepped back, his gaze still locked with hers for a brief second before turning away. Vine stood there frozen, clutching her, racing heart. Vine, his voice could actually stop my heart. Oh no, not this. She quickly turned and walked off, her face completely red, while behind her, Taehyung watched her leave, a faint, almost invisible smirk on his face. The night was a calm, the city light glowing faintly outside the window. The house was silent, everyone fast asleep, everyone except Ryan and Taehyung. Ryan lay in a bed, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. The room was dark, but her heart was still racing from what happened earlier. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw his face, the way his eyes met hers. How handsome he was. Why is my heart still beating like this? It's not like he smiled or something sweet. He's just to save me. Ash, Ryan, stop thinking about him. He's scary though, totally not your type, but still. Her words fed as she turned to the side, hugging her pillow. Despite trying to push him out of her thoughts, his face kept appearing again and again. Slowly her eyes began to close, a tiny smile on her face as she drifted off sleep. He is not that bad, maybe. In his room, Taehyung sat on the edge of the bed, running a hand through his hair. He, with a dangerous smile, yet nothing had come. He leaned back, staring at the ceiling with a quiet sigh, saying, why do I keep remembering her face? She looked scared but cute. A small, rare smile on her face. He wasn't used to smile, especially not because of someone yet. He couldn't stop the smile, saying, she is noisy, always talking, always smiling, but when she is around, everything feels lighter. He lay down slowly, staring at the soft glow of the moonlight through the curtain. His mind kept replaying the scene. Her soft eyes, for the first time in a long time, his heart felt calm. What is she doing to me? His eyelid grew heavier, faint smile on his face, and while one was in his mind, Taehyung drifted off, both of lost in their own thoughts. The clock struck midnight. The house was silent, the soft hum of the night wind brushing against the window. Everyone was asleep, but inside Van's room she was getting up, her blanket half fallen. Van, don't take my ice cream, it's mine. Sleeping, talking softly. She turned to the side and slowly sat up, eyes half open, completely unaware of what she is doing. She walked quickly down the hallway, barefoot, her step lighter as the feather. The moonlight followed her through the corridor. As she reached the Taehyung's door, the one he forgot to lock. The knob turned with a soft click, Ryan walking completely lost in her sleep. Taehyung was asleep, his head resting on his arms, his expression calm for a once until he felt a sudden weight shift beside him. Ryan, don't go. The cookie will burn. Taehyung blinked several times, unsure that he saw right Taehyung what is his eyes widened when he saw Ryan lying right next to her, cuddling into the blanket of her. Ryan, don't go. The cookie will burn. Taehyung blinked several times again. He was dreaming or not. Taehyung, Ryan. She didn't move. Instead, she was just talking to herself, staring at her. Taehyung, is she sleepwalking? He tried to gently shake her shoulder. Taehyung, hey, wake up. You are in the wrong room. She didn't respond. He tried again, tapping her cheek lightly. Taehyung, why and wake up before someone? She suddenly mumbled again, still half asleep. Why? Don't shout, scary man. Taehyung paused, staring at her for the first time in his life. He didn't know whether to laugh or be frustrated. After several failed attempts to wake her, he finally rose in front of her. Taehyung, unbelievable. He ran a hand through his hair and sat down on the floor beside the bed, resting his head on the wall. He looked at her face calm, breathing steady, her face head resting near edge of the blanket. Taehyung, you are seriously a headache, you know that. He let out a quiet cackle, one that even surprised him for a moment. The cold cop everyone feared looked like a completely different man, calm, soft. He leaned his head back against the wall, his eyes still on her. Moonlight fell gently over them both. Taehyung slept well, troublemaker, and before he knew it, his eyes grew heavy. So slowly he drifted into sleep, sitting on the floor right beside the girl who had unknowingly coming into his bedroom. The sunlight streamed softly through the curtain, falling over Taehyung's room. The faint bird filled with a quick space, whine, mumbling, "It's morning already, I don't want to get up." She turned to the side, the floors, her eyes blinked open, adjusting to the side in front of her. The first thing she saw was familiar jawline. Taehyung's Ryan, where am I? She sat up, suddenly cuddling the blanket, her eyes wide. Ryan, this isn't my room. My OMG, this is Taehyung's room. Staring at Taehyung, disbelief, he was sitting against the bed, his head tilted silently. Minji, Ryan, wake up, breakfast is ready. Ryan, I'm sorry, she will think. She looked around for her escape route, but before she could move, Taehyung's deep morning voice broke the silence. Taehyung, if you are done panicking, stop making noise. Wine froze her face, turning red instantly. Wine, you are awake since when, Taehyung? Since you started talking to yourself. She glanced at him. Wine, I didn't mean to come here. I swear I don't remember anything. I must have been sleepwalking. I'm sorry, Taehyung. You talk too much for someone who was sleeping peacefully. And what I didn't. She buried her face into a blanket. Taehyung smiled silently, watching her panic. Taehyung, relax. You were sleepwalking. I tried to wake you, but you couldn't move. Next time, lock your door before bed. She peeked at him from behind the blanket, her heart racing. Why does he look even more handsome in the morning? Focus, Wine. Focus, Wine. You could have just carried me back to my room. Taehyung, I am not your babysitter. She bowed, looking away, completely flustered, and more like a colder robot. Taehyung heard it, but didn't respond. Instead, he turned silently to hide a smile on his face as Ryan hurried to leave the room, still blushing. Taehyung's eyes followed her quickly. He shook his head, running a hand through his hair. Taehyung, headache, but a cute one. The sound of the clicking, drishing light chatter filling the dining room. The smell of pancake coffee filled the room. Minji, good morning, Ryan. You slept well, right? Fine, yeah, I slept perfectly fine. She forced a smile, her voice silently too high. Jungmin looked at her suspicion. Jungmin, why do you sound like you are hiding something? Why hiding me? No, I'm just excited for breakfast. She immediately stuffed a pancake, cheek puff like a cute baby. Minji cackled softly. You are acting strange this morning. Before Ryan could say, deep familiar voice coming behind Taehyung, she probably didn't. Looking good, Ryan froze. Her fork stopped halfway. Her eyes went wide. He was standing there, freshly showered, his hair silently looking beautiful. Ryan, he just had to walk in now. Seriously, universe. Taehyung sat across from her, sipping his coffee quietly as if nothing had happened. But every few seconds, his gaze flipped towards her, calm and readable. Ryan tried to ignore him, focusing on her food, but her cheek betrayed her, a faint blush coloring them pink. Jungmin noticed immediately. Jungmin, why are you blushing this early in the morning? Ryan, it's just the syrup spicy. Minji, syrup isn't spicy, sweetheart. Taehyung quickly set his cup down. As he tried not to laugh, his eyes met her for a brief moment, then tiny smile on his face, mad. Why is he smiling? Is he remember? She quickly looked away, pretending to check her phone, but Taehyung blinked silently, his voice low enough for only to hear her. Taehyung, did you sleepwalk again? Vine's eyes widened. She almost dropped her phone. Vine, shut up, don't talk about that here, Taehyung, then stop looking guilty. She glared at him, cheek burning. Vine, you are enjoying this, aren't you, Taehyung? Maybe a little. She puffed her cheek in frustration while Minji Jungmin kept chatting, completely unaware of silent chaos between. Taehyung looked at her, brows raising, while Van looking at him with anger. Taehyung, did you just didn't listen? Van, only the rude ones. He hid his smile behind his curve while Van quickly turned her face up, pretending to be eating, but deep down both of them were smiling. Morning somehow felt brighter. The afternoon sun warmed the streak of Seoul. Van and Minji were browsing through a small bouquet, laughter filling the air as they picked the clothes accessories. Van, what do you think you need to buy? Minji, no, it's perfect for you. Go ahead and get this scarf. Van laughed softly, placing the scarf around her neck. She was so engaged in her shopping that she didn't notice small shadow watching them from across the road. Taehyung had been running nearly, and upon hearing Van's voice stay there, he leaned casually against his car, his eyes scanning the area. All yet relaxed. The moment he spotted Van, smile on his face, saying still the same, always smiling, always so bright. As they finished shopping, Minji suggests they walk few blocks to cafe. Why did I buy so much? Suddenly one of the heavier bags slipped from her hand. Taehyung, who had been quietly following at a distance, quickly catch it. Taehyung, be careful. Wine looked up, scared. Her cheek became pink. He didn't look angry, but steady, soft, calm. Taehyung, how did you? Taehyung, I saw you struggling, so you could. You just need help, so that's why I come here. Minji, see, I told you, he is not as scary as he looks. Wine looked at him, unsure whether to be grateful. Taehyung's eyes softening for a brief second, almost getting smile. Why do I feel safe around him, even when he is scary? They walked together towards the car. Taehyung opened the door for Van, letting her slide in first. He hesitated for a moment, staring at him. Van, why is he so different when he is just being himself? Taehyung got into the driver's seat, quickly watching her cackle. He didn't say a word, but his present, calm, steady make her feel safe. As they drove back, Van kept stealing glance at him. He caught her once, their eyes meeting, and then looked away. Her heart raced. For the first time, she realized her feelings were more complicated than she think. They arrived home, car door closing softly behind them. Van carried her shopping bag inside, humming quickly to herself. Minji followed them. Minji, wow, saying, I look at you not caring about anyone before, and now you are suddenly acting like a bodyguard for Van. How is it feel? Taehyung still calm and composed. Taehyung, I'm not acting, I just help, that's all. Jungmin, come on, she is right. You have definitely changed. Maybe wine has that effect on people after all. Minji giggled. Both of them exchanged a smile. Minji, I think he is secretly smiling every time she does something cute. Jungmin, exactly, don't lie, Taehyung. Taehyung ignored their teasing, his jaw tightening silently, but his mind elsewhere. Taehyung, don't let them get to me, but she is always on my mind from their wedding day when I first saw her. He, straightening his posture, walked past them towards his bedroom, ignoring and continued teasing. Minji, don't forget to say good night to her bodyguard. Jungmin, yeah, Taehyung, a little smile. One said, Taehyung paused for a moment at the doorway, taking one last glance at Van. She looked up briefly, catching his eyes, smiled softly. Taehyung, I can't hide it anymore. I have to tell her how I feel. With that thought, he turned and closed the door behind him, leaving the teasing laughter of Minji and Jungmin. Like this, many times Taehyung forget to lock his door. Van would always sneak into his bedroom and Meg Taehyung, going out from his own bedroom after spending a year together. Ryan was finally about to return to London. It was a quiet evening. The sky was a painted shade of pink and gold as the sun began to set. Ryan was packing her luggage. The thought of returning to London weighing heavier on her heart. Taehyung stood by the window. Taehyung, Ryan. Ryan paused mid-fall, looking at him. Ryan, He stepped towards her, his eyes locking with hers. For the first time, he didn't try to hide his emotion. Taehyung, I can't let you go, not like this, not without telling you how I feel. Vine's heart skipped a beat. She tilted her head silently. Vine, Taehyung, what are you saying? Taehyung took a deep breath, dropping to one knee in front of her. His hand held a small, elegant ring. Taehyung, Wan, I can't hide it anymore. From the first day I met you, from the very moment you walk into my life, you have changed everything. You have my peace, my happiness, my home. Will you be with me forever? Wan's eyes with a tears welling up. She froze, her mind struggling. Wan, I can't believe this is happening. Taehyung reached out, gently cupping her face. Taehyung, believe it. I mean every word. I want you to make my Wan's heart race. She looked at him, the familiar calm voice, eyes making her feel both safe and teary. One, yes, Taehyung, I want to be with you forever. Taehyung's face broke into a rare, full smile. He stood and make her wear the ring. Taehyung, you are really saying yes? One, I really am. I was just scared for a moment, but now yes, Taehyung, forever. The sunset bathed them in golden light as they held each other's hand, the world outside fading away. The airport was a bustling, traveling, hurrying past the luggage, rolling along with the polished floor. Ryan clutched her passport. Taehyung walked beside her, usually quiet, his eyes constantly on Ryan. Ryan, I can't believe this is really happening. It feels so fast. Taehyung, time doesn't matter, Ryan. What matters is us and you and me, no matter the distance. Ryan's eyes filled with the tears. Ryan, I'm going to miss you so much. What if I can't handle it? Taehyung, hey, look at me. You are stronger than you think, and I will be right there every single day you need me. I promise I will there. Ryan, lean into his hand. Ryan, 143, Taehyung. Taehyung smiling softly. 143, 2. Ryan, more than words could ever say. The world around them blurred, the airport noise fading into nothingness. There was a full of silence, longing and unspoken assurance the distance could never break them. When they finally looking into each other's eyes, Wine, don't forget me. Taehyung, forget you never. You are my Wine always. She laughed softly, letting herself to be held a moment longer before going. Taehyung, hurry back to me. Wine, I will promise. I will. She turned, walking towards the gate with a smile that didn't hide her tears. Taehyung stood there, but both hearts were full, certain that this was only the beginning of their life. Saying, take care of yourself, and my love. Love often blooms in the most unexpected place, and passion, understanding, trust on each other. The end.